What's up, Josh Paul? It's the Messianic King. And as stated earlier, I don't know what people know and what they don't know. But there's been a lot of movies made about me, a lot of Oscars, a lot of things that are true. Like Constantine, that's kind of close. You know, Matrix a little. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure is definitely all me, man. Like, you know, like all me, man. Forrest Gump. I want to make Forrest Gump true, but I'll get to that in a minute, man. But what people don't understand is when I first figured out what I could do, right? I know a lot of people are like, why didn't you get all this money? Why didn't, you know what? He's stupid. He didn't do that. Within the first 2 days, I had an idea already to do all that stuff. I could have wiped you guys out in 2 seconds, but I was like, man, I have the greatest gift, one of the greatest gifts in the world, man. And I would go places like, first I went back to the 60s and the 70s to concerts and stuff, but I went to some other places and I watched how people reacted to it and how they were like, oh my God, this is amazing. And I was like, oh my God, I have this great gift that I want to share it with as many people as possible, right? Right? You know, and you can't get a gift from God and be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make this much money off you for this, blah blah blah. Like, that was my thinking. So that's why I started going to the rock concert. I created the modern day sound of concerts that they use now. I created modern day EDM and techno music. I did that for a fact. I know that. I changed the way people mix music. I did that. I changed the way people looked at that stuff. And that's okay, man. I don't care about getting the Grammys or whatever. It was never about that. It was about, like, I did it and a bunch of people tried to bury me and tried to act like I wasn't good enough to be around them when all these movies are being Terminator, Forrest Gump. Like, some Forrest Gump's true. So there's some parts that aren't true. Like, I didn't meet John Lennon on the Mike Douglas show. John Lennon was singing Imagine on the Mike Douglas show, and I sang it with him, and he goes, oh, he yells in the middle of it because I'm singing with him, right? I wasn't at a protest for Vietnam at the Washington Monument. I was at Martin Luther King's I Had a Dream speech, and it was going rough in the beginning, and then I come in and I start being his hype man. That's what happened. But so since that, I mean, we'll get to it in a minute, but like, Bill, that's definitely about me. But I was like, how can I share this with as many people as possible? And that's what I did. I sat there for like 8 months, you know, 12 hours, 14 hours a day, going from concert to concert, whatever I liked, whatever, everybody, man. I tried to cover everybody, man. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, all these shows, and I was listening to, like, the other thing, the reason that I really got mad is, like, then I would listen to all these people get on their soapboxes about artistic integrity and stealing this and stealing that would sit there and deny me. I would watch them right on these shows go, well, yeah, but why would you want to tell everybody about this magical moment that they just had? Why can't we just leave it a mystery? Yeah, you want to leave it a mystery because you don't want to give credit to anything else. And you know, it's a hard mark for me sometimes because what have I really created and what has God created? I mean, like, you know what I mean? I mean, I'll complain about some stuff, and I don't think anybody in the world could do what I've done or what I have done or accomplish the things that I've accomplished. I don't know. Maybe they could, man. Like, I mean, I get a lot of help from God, you know. But nobody's ever done anything like on the scale of all the stuff that I've done, from social media to music to movies. I mean, if you took all the Grammy winners, the top 10 Grammy winners of all time, and the top 10 Oscar winners of all time, and put them together, you wouldn't. The number of Grammys and Oscars I'm responsible for would be bigger than that number. I mean, let's just be honest about that. But it's cool, whatever, you know. But I went and did these things, and that's why I got mad, man. It's like all these people that, like, whether they were aware of it or not, acted like I wasn't worthy enough to get credit for the stuff that I created or helped create. Like, even if it was just a small percentage, right? And that kind of made me mad a little bit. But, you know, as things progress and I progress with, like, my journey with God, like, as the Messianic King, you know, I come to realize, like, you know, how hard is it really for me to do? I mean, it is kind of, well, it's not like I'm getting stoned. I'm not my brother. I haven't been crucified yet. But what people don't understand is there's been, like, I didn't have everything deciphered yet. The whole, like, a lot of time that I was walking through this, I thought I was walking into, like, I'm going to be martyred. I'm going to be martyred. He's walking, and I knew that the whole time, and I still continued to do it. I still continued to do it, even though like I was getting crushed. People were like destroying my bank accounts, everything else. Maybe some of it was God like leading me along, but I was willingly walking into death because that's what God told me to do. You know. So that's here nor there, but let's fast forward to where. So I saw Ryan Reynolds, right? He was on. It was his Instagram post, and he's like, I'm teaming up with Terry Fox, blah blah blah. And I just looked at it, and I didn't really know what it meant yet for me, personally. And he was Daredevil. No, that's Daredevil. But anyway, he's a superhero, and I'm a superhero, right? And I was like, I'm sitting here at the Holy Mountain, and I was going to hitchhike up it. But I know that's not the purpose now. I'm going to do some Terry Fox stuff. I'm going to walk up the Holy Mountain. I'm at the bottom of it. There's a wolf right there. The wolf just confirmed it right there because the wolf will come. Jeremiah 5:6. The lion will come out of the forest. This, where I'm at Grand Junction, is the city of trees. The wolf will come. The lion will come out of the forest. The wolf will come out of the desert. I already walked back and did that. You taught the desert. The wolf will get. The leopard will stalk between cities. I don't even know how many times I've thought I fulfilled this prophecy, but there's the wolf right there telling me right on. I'm going to walk up the Holy Mountain at the bottom of it, from the bottom of it, like just like Moses or whatever, like, and everywhere that I've stepped, because it states in the Word of God, and I am the Word of God, I will give you that land. Right? That's not why I'm doing it. And plus, the other thing is like, other than that, I got some time on my hands right now. I got some time. When am I going to ever have the opportunity to do this? And Grand Junction, man, I love this place. Like, this is like one of the most beautiful places in the world. I was like, you know what? This is like some old timey West stuff. Even though I'm probably not gonna be hiking up the mountains like in like the 1800s, but it's gonna be like that, man. And God likes me to do stuff like that. He likes to do comparative stuff, because then when He changes things, then he's justified. God doesn't have to be justified because it's His creation, but He'll be justified to you because I did it, right? I did it, like, you know. So it's gonna be like my Old West Oregon Trail. Remember that game, like back in the day, Oregon Trail, like, you know. So, but I just was looking at the weather, and it says the biggest storm of all time is coming to Denver. Like, it's going to be hit on Wednesday, they think. They're not really for sure. They're like the biggest storm of all time. And I'm like, what is it? It's Monday today. I don't know. I'm not telling you guys all my plans. But I just saw that, and I'm like, see, that's God. I tell you, like, He makes me make decisions. He's free will. That's God testing me, man. Like, I'm still going. And the biggest storm of all time is coming. I'm still gonna go, or whatever, man. Because you know what? He'll protect me and take care of me. And He was showing me something. He showed me stuff with it. Like when I went to San Diego, right? And He took me out to San Diego, and I didn't know why He was taking me to the Pacific Ocean. Right? I thought I was supposed to go to LA, but He does that to me. He'll take me someplace. I don't know. I think I'm going in for it, and all of a sudden, like, I see something because I know something that I saw something like 20 years ago, or maybe a week ago. I'm like, okay, this is what we're doing. Sometimes it's just to get me there. I end up going, and I go to San Diego, and I'm like, oh, I want it to be like Point Break when I get here. I was joking around, right? And I get there, and there's like all these fires on the beach, like on Point Break or whatever. So I walk out there, and I walk out to the ocean, right? It's the middle of the night, man, and there's this vast ocean, man. It's just rolling in. And right when I got there, I realized why He took me there. He didn't take me there for fucking, like, anybody to see, but He took me there to show me this. And I'm like looking out at this ocean in the middle of the night, and it's big waves rolling in. And what He was showing me is, He's like, look out at this. This is 80% of the world right here, Josh. 80% of the world. There's things in there man hasn't even seen. Man hasn't even seen, and you've been on this earth for how long? There's things you don't even know going on. You can't even get down there. He goes, I wake up every day. Or wake up. Whatever. He goes, every day I make that work. I make that work every day. You don't think I can handle you and what's going on with you? You don't think I can guide you through this? I do that. You're like a side project. Not really, but But it brings me to this. It happened again last night, man. He took me out of the city, right? He took me for like, maybe some people saw it, like when I was at the stern or whatever. He takes me out of the city, and I thought he was taking me back. I was like, okay, you want me to go back to LA? You don't want me to go up? Like yesterday, I thought, like, you don't want me to go up to Denver? You want me to leave out of the city? That's what I thought when he drove me out of the city. And I'm like, I'm walking, and I come across this place, and I rest there, whatever. But before I get there, there's like this water irrigation place, man. And I'm like, okay, I have to go here because the water is going to be very important, because in Isaiah, I will make water spring forth from the desert. Now, whether he's talking about physical water or whether he's talking about me spiritually, they both don't have to be mutually. They can be mutually exclusive. It can mean both things. You can do that. But so like, there's this apartment building is being built, right? And it's dark. It's pitch black outside, and it's like all leveled out, and like it's like a deep crevice abyss hole. They're putting in the pipes and everything, but it's big and it's long. And then at the end of it, like, I don't know, after about 2 football fields, there's this cliffs. There's like cliffs of dirt, but not like, but it's man-made, and it's been pushed up, so it's all rocky and going up about, I don't even know, man, 100 feet, let's say. But it's not. It's like, it's man-made, so it's not. It's just from bulldozers pushing out, whatever. And at the time, I had GPS on, right? But it wasn't saying anything. It just kept beeping, beep. It would beep at certain times when things would come in my head, and I'd be like, okay, I gotta go this way. So I'm just getting on this beeping thing, right? And he talks me in all kinds of different ways. He walks me to the edge of it, right? And it's pitch black. And I get to the edge of it, because when I was walking up to him, I'm like, there's no path up there, man. I don't really want to. What am I going to do? How am I going to get up there? But the point is for me to follow him. Pitch black, I can't even see. And he walks me to it, and I start climbing it. And the GPS would go off. Every, like, I don't know, whenever it would go off, I'd be like, should I go left? Beep. I would go left. Beep. I would go straight up. Beep, beep. It took me about it took me about a minute to climb up this thing. And it was steep. It wasn't it was steep, right? In pitch black. And he walked me right up it. And I didn't understand at the time. I was like, oh, that's totally cool, man. Like, and I still thought I was going to LA, but that's not what he was telling me. And the storm confirms it and all this other stuff. What he was telling me is, he's like, I'm going to walk you up this mountain. Just go up it. There's a big storm coming. Just go up it. Amen. I say you, Josh Paul Hudson, Messianic King.